Hey everyone, it's Riley, and here on my channel I just post tons of bullet journal and planning related content. So digital bullet journaling, physical bullet journaling. I sell custom bullet journals on Etsy that I share here on YouTube as well. So if you enjoy that kind of content, please feel free to subscribe, and I hope that you're ready for today's video where I'm going to share 10 different things that you can use to decorate your journal that are either completely free or very, very cheap and well worth the few dollar investment. So I share videos like this one because I really just want to make bullet journaling accessible to everyone. So it doesn't need to be some big intimidating thing where you need to be a professional artist and have tons of fancy supplies and all the time in the world to set up your spreads. That's not what bullet journaling is supposed to be. It's supposed to just serve you well, and having fun with it and just kind of decorating it honestly is just a bonus. So today I hope that looking at these different ideas takes away some of the, kind of daunting things about bullet journaling, like growing a massive stationery collection, which you might not want to do right now. So let's get into the 10 things. Most of these things are free. The first one actually isn't, but it's honestly, I feel like this is probably the most important, just as a basic, and that is a good set of markers. And what I mean by a good set of markers is just something with some color variety. I personally would recommend Crayola. Crayola is the best if you're looking for budget-friendly markers that are going to be super versatile for your journal. Because of the felt tip, you can do nice thin strokes, you can do thicker strokes, you can use it for calligraphy, all of that. I personally would recommend the 100 pack. Of course, it is more expensive than the 50 pack or the 25 pack, so you can start off with one of those if you'd like. Another tip to get it really cheap is don't get it on Amazon. Instead, go to Walmart during back to school sales, like right after students are back at school and everything's cheaper. I got mine for like almost a third of the price that it is on Amazon when I did that for my pack of Crayola Super Tips, the 100 pack, and they have been absolutely awesome. So that's number one. It does cost money, but just start off small, get a pack of Crayola markers for just a couple bucks. For my second item here, we're moving into some free things, and that is brown paper, craft paper, paper that you find in packages. So I actually have a pretty decent variety of this, and I haven't spent a cent on any of these things. It's been from, the stuffing inside of new boots when I buy new shoes, from the stuffing inside of Amazon parcels, the wrapping around different packages. You can really just be resourceful. Pretty much any kind of packaging paper is so good for bullet journaling. And along this same line, my third thing is wrapping paper, like gift wrapping paper. You can either go out and buy a roll of wrapping paper that you really like, or if someone gives you a gift for your birthday or for Christmas and you really like the wrapping paper or even the gift bag, take that home, cut out from it, tear pieces from it, paste it into your journal. That is such a good way to spice up your journal without spending a bunch of money. Number 4 is magazine clippings. So I personally don't have a ton of magazines, but I do have one that I pull from every now and then, and that's an IKEA magazine. Their stuff is so cute because they've got, a bunch of different like plants that are just props in pretty much all the pictures. They've got a bunch of different color and font varieties that you can cut out the letters or the backgrounds, like a wall or some tile floor or something that's cute. So find yourself a few magazines, preferably free ones again, that are just kind of lying around. I feel like almost everyone has some old magazines just lying around somewhere. So do some digging, and you can definitely use that to decorate your journal as well. Along that same line, my next piece that you can use to decorate your bullet journal is book pages. So if you don't have a book that you just want to tear into pieces, that's totally fine. What you can do is go to like a thrift store or an old bookstore and just buy some really cheap books. The thrift stores around here sell books for like 50 cents a piece. And so you can go through and either pick out a vibrant like picture book, or you can just go and pick out a really vintage looking book full of text. That makes a really great like kind of border around the edges of some of your pages. If you want to rip that out, pair it with some craft paper that you got in an Amazon package, and you're going to have a really fun collage. Next, we've got old cards. So I'm thinking number 1, like birthday cards or special occasion cards that people give you when it's finally time to throw them out, because let's be honest, we can't keep all of them forever as much as we feel like we should. But when it's finally time to get rid of them, cut out the parts that you like. And I feel kind of bad for saying this, but I do this with people's like the Christmas cards that they send. If they've got like a picture of their family on the front, but then the back is this beautiful pattern. I've had this happen multiple times. I'll just like keep the picture and cut right through their faces to use the pattern on the back in my bullet journal. So go digging through your old cards when you're replacing those old Christmas pictures that people sent you with new ones. Keep the ones that have cute patterns and you can cut or rip those up to use in your bullet journal. For the next three, we're moving into DIY territory. So this one here is DIY stickers. So I did a video on my channel not that long ago of how you can make stickers totally from scratch. You don't need fancy printers or machines or anything like that. You just need some tape, some parchment paper, markers, really basic stuff. So I'm going to link that video right here. And I personally, before I got like tons of stationery, I would just design my own like sticker sets. Just take a piece of paper, cover it full of drawings that had like a matching color palette or a matching theme, and then I would turn them into stickers, and that would be my sticker sheet for the month in my bullet journal to use as decorations. Another thing that you can do if you've got some markers, which hopefully you bought at least a small pack first, is to actually spice things up a little bit by using those markers as watercolor paint. So if you just take like a plastic lid, I use one from an old yogurt container, and color onto there with a marker color of your choice. You can then take a paintbrush, dip it into water, rub it in the marker that you just used on the lid, and paint as though it's watercolor. So granted, most bullet journal paper isn't like super great for watercolors, so you might want to paint onto different paper and then cut it out and paste it in, or you can try doing it right into your bullet journal. Some people like to do that, but this is just a way that you can take markers that you already have without investing in a set of watercolors and use it as watercolor paint. Very similar to that, I like to make watercolor like marble sort of paper. So how you do that is, again, take some water-based markers. I always use Crayola Super Tips for this. They work so great. And take like a piece of saran wrap or a Ziploc bag or a plastic glove or something and color all over it with different colors of marker to make kind of a tie-dye look. So I'm going to combine a few colors here, and then you want to take a bit of water so you can just flick some on with your fingers, or if you have a spray bottle, you can give it a few sprays, and then press your hand that should be like wearing this glove or this bag or whatever you're using, press it onto the paper and just kind of move it around a little bit until you've got a nice watercolor pattern on your paper. Now, I will warn you, if you're using a really thin paper like loose leaf or printer paper or something, you really got to go light on the water. It will soak through right a ways. But if you have a bit of a thicker paper, like even a watercolor or a sketchbook type paper, it should be totally fine. Use a couple squirts of water and you can make yourself some watercolor kind of tie-dye or marble looking paper. And number 10, the 10th thing that you can use to decorate your journal. This one's really more vague, but it's just go raid the dollar store. There are so many things that you can find at Michael's for a really expensive price that you can find something very similar at the dollar store for a much lower price. So I would say go to the dollar store, maybe you'll find some cool markers or some cool papers that you want to rip up and glue in, or some ribbon or stickers or something like that. Just go check out your local dollar store. They'll all be different, but I have found some real gems at my local dollar store. So those are my 10 cheap or free things that you can use to decorate your bullet journal. Let me know down in the comments which of these you're most excited to try out, and I will see you all in the next video.